What is multi-tenant architecture? Multi-tenant architecture is a software architecture where a single instance of an application serves multiple customers, known as tenants. In this setup, each tenant's data and configuration are isolated, but the application instance itself is shared. This approach is common in cloud computing, especially in software as a service models, where multiple organizations or users access the same software, but have their data kept separate from each other. Key concepts in multi-tenant architecture. Isolation and data security. One of the most crucial aspects of multi-tenant architecture is data isolation. Even though multiple tenants share the same application, their data must be securely segregated. This is often achieved through various mechanisms, such as logical isolation, where data is separated at the database level, e.g., using different schemas or tables, or through physical isolation, where each tenant has a separate database. Shared resources. In a multi-tenant architecture, the application resources, such as compute power, memory, and storage, are shared among tenants. This sharing allows for cost efficiency because the infrastructure is utilized more effectively, but it also requires careful management to ensure that one tenant's usage does not negatively impact others. Resource allocation strategies like throttling and load balancing are often employed to maintain performance levels. Customization and configuration. Each tenant might require a different setup or configuration of the same application. Multi-tenant architecture allows for customization at the tenant level, enabling each customer to modify certain aspects of the application according to their needs without affecting others. This could involve changes to the user interface, business logic, or integration with other systems. Scalability. One of the primary advantages of multi-tenant architecture is its scalability. Because the application instance is shared, it can be easily scaled to accommodate more tenants without requiring additional software deployments. This makes it easier for the service provider to handle growing demand, as they only need to scale the underlying infrastructure rather than managing multiple instances of the application. Maintenance and upgrades. Multi-tenant architecture simplifies maintenance and upgrades. Since all tenants share the same application instance, updates and bug fixes can be rolled out simultaneously to all users. This reduces the complexity and cost associated with managing multiple versions of the software. However, it also requires careful planning to ensure that updates do not disrupt any tenant's operations. Real-life use case. Salesforce, a leading CRM platform, is a prime example of multi-tenant architecture in action. Organizations of various sizes across different industries use Salesforce to manage their customer relationships, yet all of them access the same underlying software. Salesforce ensures that each company's data is securely isolated while allowing them to customize the platform according to their specific needs. For example, a small retail business and a large multinational corporation might both use Salesforce. The small business could use basic features like customer tracking and email integration, while the corporation might implement advanced analytics and custom workflows. Despite these differences, both businesses are using the same software instance, but their data and configurations are completely separated. Benefits of multi-tenant architecture. Cost efficiency. By sharing resources across multiple tenants, service providers can offer their software at a lower cost, making it accessible to a broader audience. This cost-sharing model is particularly beneficial for small and medium-sized businesses that might not be able to afford dedicated infrastructure. Ease of management. Service providers benefit from simplified management as they only need to maintain a single instance of the application. This reduces the overhead associated with deploying, monitoring, and updating multiple instances. Faster deployment. New features and updates can be deployed more quickly because there's only one version of the software to update. This enables service providers to respond rapidly to market demands and deliver improvements to all users simultaneously. Challenges in multi-tenant architecture. Data security concerns. Even though data is isolated, the shared nature of the infrastructure can raise security concerns. A breach in one part of the system could potentially expose vulnerabilities to all tenants. Therefore, robust security measures, including encryption, access controls, and regular audits, are essential. Complexity and customization. While multi-tenant architecture allows for customization, it can become complex to manage when each tenant has vastly different requirements. The need to balance commonality with customization often requires sophisticated configuration management and sometimes compromises on the level of customization possible. Resource contention. Because resources are shared, one tenant's high usage can impact others. This is known as the noisy neighbor problem. To mitigate this, service providers need to implement fair resource allocation policies and ensure that the infrastructure can handle peak loads. Real life example: Microsoft Azure. Microsoft Azure uses multi tenant architecture to provide its cloud services to a wide range of customers, from small startups to large enterprises. Each customer's data and configurations are isolated, yet they all benefit from shared infrastructure, which allows Microsoft to offer its services at competitive prices. Azure's scalability and flexibility are key factors that attract businesses looking to build, deploy, and manage applications in the cloud without worrying about the underlying infrastructure. Conclusion: multi-tenant architecture is a powerful and efficient way to deliver software services to multiple customers. By sharing resources while keeping data and configurations isolated, it offers cost savings, scalability, and simplified management. However, it also introduces challenges related to security, customization, and resource allocation. Real-world examples like Salesforce and Microsoft Azure highlight the practical benefits and considerations of implementing a multi-tenant architecture.